What do fans need to see in Tom Holland's next Spider-Man movie in order for it to be a success? In a recent interview, Tom Holland provided a glimpse into the talks surrounding the possibility of Spider-Man 4. In his own words, Tom Holland shared, "All I can say is that we have been actively engaging in conversations, what it could potentially look like for a fourth rendition of my character." And then he also stated, "I won't make another one for the sake of making another one. It will have to be worth the while for the character." So it's clear that the actor is deeply invested into the future of Spider-Man, emphasizing that any continuation must do justice to the character's legacy. So in this video, we're going to be exploring 9 things that we need to see in the next Spider-Man 4 movie in order for it to be a success. The first thing, if you ask me, that we got to get a grounded story. Now, while the MCU has taken our friendly neighborhood hero to cosmic heights to face threats like Thanos, there's an undeniable charm in returning to the roots of Peter Parker's character, reminiscent of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. In the world of multiverses and global threats, a grounded story provides a refreshing and relatable perspective. In our opinion, that's something that's absolutely necessary. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, often hailed as one of the best in the genre, it delved deep into Peter Parker's personal struggles, his relationships, and the weight of his responsibilities as both a superhero and a regular guy. A grounded story allows for more of an intimate exploration of Holland's Peter Parker. It's not just about the web-slinging action, but the human side of the hero. Spider-Man 4 could revisit the challenges of balancing personal life with superhero duties, showcasing the impact of his choices on those that he cares about. Considering how Spider-Man No Way Home ended, this could be the perfect time to build Peter Parker up from scratch rather than making him another Iron Man clone. Imagine a narrative like Kraven's Last Hunt that echoes the emotional depth of the character Spider-Man, where Peter grapples with everyday issues, love, loss, and identity. This approach not only resonates with long-time fans who appreciate the character's complexity, but also makes the hero more relatable to a broader audience. We really hope that you're watching, Kevin Feige, but in case that he isn't, please like and share this video so we directly reach the main man behind the MCU. Now, next up for me is where Spider-Man gets to meet the cat. In this long Spider-Man cinematic journey, one notable character that has been conspicuously absent is the Black Cat. Now, I know that you're saying that we got a glimpse of her in the Amazing Spider-Man series where the wonderful Felicity Jones played Felicia Hardy, but we never got to see her don the Black Cat persona. The character holds a very unique place as perhaps the most famous on-again, off-again villain, ally, and love interest in Spider-Man's extensive rogues gallery. It's high time that she graced the movie adaptations in Peter Parker's adventures. Now, she was first introduced in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 194. The original meeting between Peter Parker and Felicia Hardy is a narrative gem that's ripe for exploration on the big screen. Picture the dynamic chemistry, the dance of alliances and conflicts, and the inherent intrigue that Black Cat brings to Spider-Man's world. As our friendly neighborhood hero finds himself in a phase where most of his connections have forgotten him, it's at the perfect juncture to encounter new costume allies and adversaries. Black Cat's introduction into the MCU becomes not just a tantalizing possibility, but a narrative necessity. What sets Black Cat apart is her dual role. She can both be an ally and potentially an adversary. This duality provides a rich storytelling canvas, allowing for more of a nuanced, layered introduction, similar to what we saw in Matt Reeves' Batman with Catwoman. Unlike traditional villains, Black Cat doesn't have to immediately take on the role of an antagonist. Instead, she can weave seamlessly between ally and foe, adding depth and unpredictability to the narrative. Imagine the screen sizzling with tension of a complicated relationship, the flirtatious banter, and the electric chemistry between Spider-Man and Black Cat. It's not just a new character, it's an opportunity to explore the uncharted territories of Peter's personal and superhero life. Do you have any names that you could think of that can be the Black Cat in the MCU? We think Samara Weaving would be a perfect casting for the role. However, another name that is thrown around a lot is Anya Taylor-Joy and Lily Reinhart. Now, Anya Taylor-Joy might be a little bit difficult because there's some rumors about her potentially being Silver Surfer in another movie, but Lily Reinhart is also another option. Either way, why don't you tell us about your dream fan cast for the character in the comments down below. Now, one of the things that I think that we gotta see here is a heartfelt reunion. The thing that we believe fans want to see is a reunion of Peter Parker and MJ. At the end of No Way Home, we witnessed a really emotional scene where the effects of Peter's sacrifice were laid bare as MJ and Ned forgot him entirely. Now, as the dust settles, a chance encounter presents itself. Imagine the bustling streets of Brooklyn serving as the backdrop for this unexpected reunion. Peter, clad in his unmistakable Spider-Man suit, swings between between skyscrapers, getting his ass kicked by the primary villain of the movie. Little does he know that fate has a surprise in store. Enter MJ, played by the charismatic Zendaya, going about her daily life, perhaps navigating a crowd that is fleeing to safety. The atmosphere is charged with a mix of nostalgia, heartache, the unspoken connection that lingers between them. As Peter lands, taking a momentary break from his crime-fighting duties, Zendaya's portrayal of MJ with her signature awkward demeanor adds a layer of authenticity to the scene. She glances in Peter's direction, a subtle hint of recognition in her eyes. In her characteristically nonchalant yet endearing style, she says, "Are you okay?" The weight of those words hangs in the air, echoing the complexity of their shared past as Peter swings without saying a word. In my opinion, this brief encounter would be such a pivotal moment, blending the awkwardness of newfound strangers with the lingering echoes of a love that transcends memory wipes. It's a testament to the enduring connection between Peter and MJ, a thread that refuses to be erased by the twist of fate and can set up a future where MJ and Ned eventually regain their memories somehow. Maybe Loki has something to do with it? What do you think? All right, this one I gotta throw in here, man, because it's the Daily Bugle. As we swing to the next chapter of Spider-Man's cinematic saga, the focus turns to Peter Parker navigating the tumultuous waters of college life and his responsibilities at the Daily Bugle. He doesn't have May, he doesn't have Happy, he doesn't have Tony Stark to take care of him. This dual existence promises a blend of humor, challenges, and a timeless theme of juggling multiple hats. The strain of balancing classes, assignments, and the relentless pursuit of having the perfect snap at the Daily Bugle reflects the timeless struggle of Spider-Man. It would be hilarious as well to see Jonah, known for his bombastic rants and relentless pursuit of Spider-Man's identity, get the man he's always looking for right under his wing. Now, this one might be highly unlikely, but the prospect of having Spider-Man cross paths with Merc with a mouth, Deadpool, is a thrilling idea that sends shockwaves through the cinematic universe. Imagine the banter, the humor, and the sheer unpredictability that would ensue when the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man encounters the irreverent and fourth wall breaking Deadpool. The dynamic between Spider-Man and Deadpool in the comics is a fan favorite, marked by a unique blend of humor, chaos, and unexpected camaraderie. Deadpool's unorthodox methods and Spider-Man's sense of responsibility create a juxtaposition that's not only entertaining but also ripe for compelling storytelling. It would be amazing to see Holland and Ryan Reynolds bring this dynamic to the big screen, and we cannot wait for an encounter like this. Now, let's address the idea of Deadpool stepping into the shoes of the legendary Stan Lee cameos in the MCU. Stan Lee's brief appearances were not just Easter eggs, they were moments of joy and connection for the Marvel fans. While it's impossible to replace Stan Lee, the inclusion of Deadpool could offer a fresh and humor-infused take on the cameo tradition. Deadpool, known for his meta-awareness and breaking the fourth wall, could bring a new level of interactive fun to the MCU cameos. Picture Deadpool popping up in unexpected places, commenting on the absurdity of the situation, or even interacting with the characters on a meta level. It's an unconventional but potentially delightful way to pay homage to Stan Lee's spirit of playful engagement with the audience. While it's crucial to approach such changes with respect and sensitivity, the idea of Deadpool in cameo roles opens up exciting possibilities for injecting humor and self-awareness into the MCU. It's not a replacement for Stan Lee, but rather a new chapter in the tradition of making Marvel movies a joyous experience for fans. Now, as the MCU continues to evolve, there's an electrifying character waiting in the wings for his grand entrance, and that's Miles Morales. The popularity of Miles in recent times has soared, and fans are clamoring to see the young Afro-Latino Spider-Man swing into action alongside Peter Parker. The idea of Peter Parker becoming the mentor for Miles Morales in the MCU is not just a narrative choice, it's a celebration of Spider-Man's legacy, especially after we have seen a similar dynamic between Peter Parker and, of course, Tony Stark. Miles Morales brings a fresh perspective to the MCU, offering a cultural diversity that resonates with audiences globally. His introduction to the MCU is not just a matter of if, but it's when. What better time than to bring him into Spider-Man 4 and set him up as an important character for the next Spider-Man trilogy. The mentor-mentee dynamic between Peter and Miles is a goldmine for storytelling. It not only pays homage to the mentorship themes in the comics, but also mirrors the passing of the torch, a theme deeply ingrained in superhero legacies. Peter, having experienced the highs and lows of being Spider-Man, imparts wisdom to Miles, while Miles injects youthful energy and a fresh perspective into Peter's world. We don't think Tom Holland is going to stay as Spidey for the next 10 years, so it's time to bring in the next Spider-Man into the MCU anyways. Now in Spider-Man 4, the inclusion of a live Gwen Stacy or a subtle hint of her existence holds immense storytelling potential. We aren't talking about her being a major player in the movie, but as a character that can be set up for the next trilogy in a fleeting glimpse, a passing mention, or a mysterious figure in the background to set the stage for Gwen's eventual entrance. Gwen Stacy's introduction doesn't serve as a nod to comic book lore, but injects a romantic and emotional dimension into Spider-Man's world, as MJ is going to be taking a back seat for a while. The dynamic between Peter and Gwen is iconic, and bringing it to the MCU would offer a fresh take on their relationship, distinct from previous adaptation. In our opinion, the key is to integrate Gwen organically into the narrative, avoiding cliches and allowing her character to flourish independently, rather than sticking to the narrative, which is eventually going to be a memory in Peter's life. Perhaps she's a fellow student at Peter Parker's university, a journalist at the Daily Bugle, or even someone connected to the new challenges Spider-Man faces in the MCU. The impact of Gwen Stacy on Peter Parker's life is profound, and her presence could open up avenues for exploring themes of love, loss, and resilience. It's an opportunity to showcase a multi-dimensional Peter, navigating the complexity of being both a superhero and an individual with personal connections. Peter Parker's always been a complicated character, and we need to show how he moves on from MJ for her sake. While the introduction of Gwen may tug at the heartstrings of comic book enthusiasts and Zendaya fans, it also resonates with a broader audience, adding layers of relatability to the superhero narrative. Spider-Man 4 could plant the seeds for a compelling Gwen Stacy arc, gradually weaving her into the fabric of the MCU Spider-Verse. Who knows if it eventually links up to Madam Web. In the vast rogues gallery of Spider-Man villains, one character stands out as a potential game changer for the MCU, and that's Mr. Negative. Also known as Martin Lee, this antagonist brings a unique blend of darkness, duality, and intricate backstory that can elevate Spider-Man 4 to new heights. Honestly, we fell in love with this character after his redemption arc in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Mr. Negative's origin story is steeped in tragedy and duality, a benevolent philanthropist by day and a ruthless crime lord by night. Martin Lee's transformation into Mr. Negative is a result of a failed experiment, granting him dark energy manipulation abilities. The dual nature makes him a psychologically complex and morally ambiguous foe, adding layers of depth to the narrative. Maybe the MCU can change things up a bit and set up Kingpin behind his failed experiments rather than Norman Osborn. It's time that we see Kingpin as the big baddie for Spider-Man on the big screen, instead of just Daredevil. The potential for Mr. Negative to be the primary antagonist in Spider-Man 4 is tantalizing. Imagine a story where Peter Parker, still grappling with the responsibilities of being Spider-Man, discovers a new and formidable adversary who challenges not only his physical prowess, but also his moral compass. Mr. Negative's abilities to corrupt and manipulate both physically and mentally open the door to a psychological thriller within the superhero genre. Spider-Man could explore themes of identity, morality, and the thin line between hero and villain as Peter faces an adversary who blurs the boundaries between light and shadow. Moreover, Mr. Negative's inclusion aligns with the MCU's recent trend of introducing conflicting villains like Gore and our very favorite Wanda, although some of us probably want to forget about Gore. His presence could be a catalyst for a character development not only for Spider-Man but also for those caught in the crossfire of his dual existence. The storyline could explore the impact of Mr. Negative's actions on the people of New York, adding a societal dimension to the conflict. This next one right here is going to be a little bit controversial, I'm going to warn you. And this is what I think that they should do. They should actually steer clear of Venom. While Venom is undoubtedly a popular and iconic character, recent appearances and adaptations have saturated the narrative landscape. Spider-Man 4 has the opportunity to break away from the Venom cycle and explore uncharted territory in the MCU Spider-Verse. The post-credits scene in both Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Spider-Man No Way Home hinted at a potential face-off between Venom and Spider-Man. However, the decision to have Eddie Brock and Venom return to their own reality, leaving only a piece of the symbiote behind, opens up a door to new storytelling possibilities. Avoiding Venom in Spider-Man 4 is a strategic move to prevent narrative fatigue. We've witnessed a symbiotic dance between Spider-Man and Venom in various forms across different media. The MCU, known for its commitment to innovation and surprising storytelling, has an opportunity to showcase other villains that have been waiting in the wings for their moment in the spotlight. The decision to avoid Venom doesn't diminish the character's importance, rather it allows for a breath of fresh air in Spider-Man's narrative. By introducing lesser known or underexplored villains, Spider-Man 4 can surprise audiences, keeping them on the edge of their seats with new challenges that push Peter Parker's abilities to the limit, in my opinion. Let us know your thoughts here on this list that we just put together. What would you add to this list? What would you take off this list? Leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And as always, guys, thanks so much for kicking it with Keepin It Comic.